The first rays of dawn crept over Seoul's skyline as Jaewon Park adjusted the quantum monitoring equipment. His fingers moved swiftly across holographic displays, tracing intricate patterns of electromagnetic interference that seemed to dance, with an almost living intelligence. Outside the research center's reinforced windows, the early morning sky held an unusual stillness. Something was coming. Jaewon could feel it in the subtle vibrations of the advanced sensors surrounding him. Hyejin Kim burst through the laboratory doors, her tablet flickering with incoming satellite data. "They're here," she said quietly, her voice a mix of excitement and apprehension. The alien fleet appeared suddenly, like a constellation of metallic shadows emerging from the darkness of space. Sleek vessels with designs that defied human understanding began to approach Earth's orbital zone. Each ship looked like a piece of impossible geometry, sharp angles that seemed to shift and change even as they remained perfectly still. Jaewon's monitoring systems began to register strange readings. Quantum fluctuations unlike anything previously recorded started to pulse across his screens. The alien ships moved with calculated precision, their technological signatures suggesting capabilities far beyond current human understanding. "Something's wrong," Jaewon muttered, his eyes locked on the rapidly changing data. The first alien scout ship reached the outer perimeter of Earth's orbital zone. For a moment, it hung suspended in space, a perfect metallic construct against the black backdrop of the universe. Then, without warning, it simply vanished. No explosion, no debris, no energy signature, just complete disappearance. Hyejin leaned closer to the screens, her breath catching in her throat. "Did you see that?" she whispered. One by one, the alien ships began to disappear, each vanishing in complete silence, leaving no trace of their existence. The quantum sensors went wild, recording impossible data that seemed to defy every known law of physics. Jaewon's hands moved rapidly, capturing every millisecond of the extraordinary event. His mind raced with possibilities. Was this a defensive mechanism, a technological glitch, or something entirely unknown? The research center erupted into controlled chaos. Scientists and military personnel began streaming into the monitoring room, their faces a mixture of confusion and growing excitement. Reports started flooding in from global observation stations. Every single alien vessel was disappearing without explanation. "We need to contain this information," a senior military official announced, his voice cutting through the excited chatter. "No external communications until we understand what's happening." Jaewon barely listened. His attention was focused on the quantum data, which revealed patterns that seemed almost deliberate. The disappearances weren't random. They followed a specific mathematical sequence that suggested something was actively removing the alien ships. By midday, the entire fleet had vanished. Where moments before hundreds of advanced alien vessels had been positioned around Earth, now there was nothing but empty space. Hyejin placed a cup of coffee next to Jaewon, her hand slightly trembling. "What do you think happened?" she asked. Jaewon continued analyzing the data, his mind working through countless scenarios. "Something protected us," he finally said. "But I don't think it was a traditional weapon. This was something else entirely." The quantum readings continued to pulse, a silent testament to an event that would change humanity's understanding of its place in the universe. Whatever had happened was more than a simple defense mechanism. It was a message. Earth was not defenseless. Earth was not alone. And something, whether technological, biological, or something entirely unknown, had just demonstrated that very clearly to any potential alien visitors. As the sun completed its journey across the Seoul sky, Jaewon knew one thing with absolute certainty: everything had changed. The universe had just revealed that humanity was capable of something extraordinary, even if they didn't yet understand what that something was. The first contact had occurred, and humanity had sent an unmistakable message without firing a single weapon. The research center transformed overnight. What was once a calm scientific facility now buzzed with intense energy and urgent purpose. Jaewon Park stood at the center of a growing storm of investigation, his eyes fixed on complex data streams that seemed to whisper mysterious secrets. Global scientific teams began converging in Seoul. Experts from different disciplines arrived, with one burning question: what happened to the alien fleets? Military intelligence, quantum physicists, and space research specialists worked side by side, their usual professional boundaries dissolving in the face of an unprecedented mystery. Sung-Ho Lee, the Advanced Quantum Technologies Director, brought a unique perspective. He noticed strange patterns in the quantum interference data that suggested something more than a simple defensive mechanism. The disappearances followed a mathematical precision that hinted at an intelligent design. It's like the universe itself is rejecting these ships, Sung-Ho explained to Hyejin Kim, spreading out holographic projections that showed intricate quantum wave patterns. Each projection revealed layers of complexity that seemed to pulse with an almost living intelligence. Days turned into weeks of intense research. The team discovered that the alien fleet vanishings weren't random. They followed a specific quantum signature that seemed to originate from Earth itself. More intriguingly, the signature appeared to be growing stronger with each attempted alien approach. Satellite data confirmed something extraordinary. Whenever an alien vessel entered a specific orbital zone around Earth, it would begin to break, down at a subatomic level. No external force was visibly pushing or destroying the ships. They simply unraveled. Jaewon developed a groundbreaking theory. He proposed that humanity's collective technological advancement was creating an unconscious, planetary defense field. Every scientific breakthrough, every technological innovation was somehow contributing to a massive invisible protective mechanism. It's like Earth is learning to protect itself, Hyejin said during one late-night research session. Her observation was more profound than she realized. International space agencies began sharing limited information. Confidential reports revealed similar quantum anomalies in other global research centers. Something was happening worldwide, a collective technological evolution that no single nation or research team could fully comprehend. Military strategists became increasingly interested. If humanity could inadvertently create such a powerful, defensive mechanism, what other capabilities might they be developing? The implications were both exciting and terrifying. Sung-Ho's team discovered that the quantum barrier seemed to adapt. Each alien fleet approach resulted in more precise and efficient disappearances. It was learning, evolving, becoming more sophisticated with every encounter. We're not just observing a defense mechanism, Jaewon told his team. We're witnessing the birth of something entirely new, a planetary immune system powered by human technological consciousness. Unusual side effects began appearing. Electronic devices near the research center started behaving strangely. Computers would spontaneously solve complex mathematical problems. Communication systems would briefly display impossible quantum calculations. Before returning to normal, the scientific community was divided. Some saw this as the most significant discovery in human history. Others feared the unknown implications of a planetary defense mechanism that seemed to have its own form of intelligence. As weeks passed, more alien reconnaissance missions attempted to approach Earth. Each mission ended the same way: complete and total disappearance. No debris, no signals, nothing. The universe seemed to be sending a message. Humanity was no longer just another developing species. Something had changed. Something fundamental had shifted in how Earth interacted with the cosmos. Jaewon looked out the research center window, watching the evening lights of Seoul sparkle. He knew they were on the edge of understanding something profound. A new chapter in human existence was beginning, and no one could predict where it would lead. The quantum barrier continued its silent vigil, protecting Earth with a precision that suggested something far beyond simple technological defense. It was alive. It was growing. And it was watching. The breakthrough came on a quiet Wednesday afternoon. Jaewon Park stood motionless, his hands trembling as he realized the magnitude of their discovery. The quantum barrier was more than a defense mechanism. It was a living, breathing system created by humanity's collective technological consciousness. Initial tests revealed something extraordinary. The barrier didn't just block alien technologies. It completely deconstructed them at a subatomic level. Each human technological advancement, from smartphone innovations to advanced space research, was contributing to an invisible planetary shield. Sung-Ho Lee demonstrated the phenomenon using a specially designed quantum simulator. When alien technological signatures were introduced into the system, they would rapidly disintegrate, leaving behind nothing but pure energy patterns that seemed to be absorbed by the barrier itself. It's like our collective knowledge is creating a living shield, Hyojin explained during a confidential briefing. The military and scientific leaders listened in stunned silence. The quantum barrier showed remarkable adaptive capabilities. It could distinguish between human and non-human technological signatures with incredible precision. Simple electronic devices from Earth would pass through unharmed, while complex alien technologies would instantly decompose. Global research centers began reporting similar findings. In laboratories from Tokyo to New York, scientists observed the same quantum phenomenon. Humanity was unknowingly creating a planetary defense system that operated beyond traditional understanding of physics. Jae-won's team discovered that the barrier drew energy from multiple sources. Internet communications, satellite networks, advanced research facilities, all contributed to its growing complexity. Every technological interaction made the barrier stronger and more sophisticated. Unexpected side effects began to emerge. Electronic devices near the research center started exhibiting strange behaviors. Computers would spontaneously solve complex mathematical problems. Communication systems would briefly display intricate quantum calculations. The military became increasingly interested. If humanity could create such a powerful defensive mechanism without intentional design, what other capabilities might they be developing? The potential was both exciting and terrifying. International space agencies struggled to maintain secrecy. News of the quantum barrier began to leak, creating a global buzz of excitement and fear. Humanity was no longer just another developing species in the universe. Extensive research revealed that the barrier was constantly evolving. Each attempted alien approach made it more sophisticated, more intelligent. It was learning, adapting, growing stronger with every interaction. Sung-Ho proposed a radical theory. The quantum barrier was not just a defensive mechanism, but a form of collective intelligence. Humanity's technological advancements were creating a planetary consciousness that could protect itself from external threats. "We are witnessing the birth of something unprecedented," Jae-won told his team during a late-night research session. "A living shield created by human knowledge and innovation." The implications were massive. If humanity could create such a powerful, defensive system unconsciously, what other capabilities might they possess? The universe had just received a clear message. Earth was not a simple target. Global leaders began secret meetings. Military strategists developed contingency plans. Scientific teams worked around the clock to understand the full potential of the quantum barrier. As days passed, more alien reconnaissance missions attempted to approach Earth. Each mission ended the same way: complete and total disappearance. No debris, no signals, nothing. The barrier continued its silent vigil, protecting the planet with a precision that suggested something far beyond simple technological defense. It was alive. It was growing. And it was watching. Jae-won looked out the research center window, watching the evening lights of Seoul. He understood they were on the edge of something profound. A new chapter in human existence was beginning, and no one could predict where it would lead. The quantum barrier pulsed silently, a testament to humanity's unexpected potential. The universe would never be the same again. The Zorn Collective's diplomatic ship approached Earth with calculated caution. After multiple fleet disappearances, they sought answers, not conflict. Ambassador Woo Jin Choi stood ready to represent humanity, flanked by Jae-won Park and Hee-jin Kim. Communication. Channels opened with a tense silence. The alien representatives appeared as shimmering holographic forms, tall, translucent beings with complex geometric patterns flowing across their bodies, their language translated through advanced quantum communication systems. Explain the destruction of our reconnaissance missions, the lead alien representative demanded, its voice a series of precise mathematical tones. Jaewon stepped forward. We did not intentionally destroy your fleets, he responded carefully. Our planet has developed an unexpected defensive mechanism. The alien representatives exchanged complex light patterns, their version of shocked communication. They had encountered many developing civilizations, but never one with such an advanced unconscious defensive system. Hae-jin presented quantum data visualizations showing how human technological advancements created the protective barrier. Each graph and projection revealed the intricate ways human knowledge was transforming into a planetary shield. The diplomatic meeting happened in a specially designed neutral zone, a high-security research facility on the outskirts of Seoul. Military personnel watched silently, ready for any potential conflict. Your technological evolution challenges our understanding, the alien ambassador stated. Its form flickered, revealing underlying confusion and respect. Woo Jin Choi maintained a calm demeanor. We are learning about this mechanism ourselves, he explained. It is not a weapon. It is a natural progression of our collective technological consciousness. Hours of intense discussion followed. The aliens struggled to comprehend how a developing species could create such an advanced defensive system without explicit intention. Each explanation from the human team revealed layers of complexity that defied traditional galactic understanding. Jaewon demonstrated how simple technological interactions, from smartphone networks to satellite communications, contributed to the quantum barrier. The alien representatives analyzed the data with growing fascination. Your planet is creating a living technological organism, one alien representative observed. The statement was neither threat nor praise, simply a scientific observation. Tension slowly transformed into scientific curiosity. The Zorn collective representatives began sharing their own research, comparing humanity's unexpected development with other known civilizations. Hae-jin noticed something remarkable. The aliens were not just diplomatic representatives. They were researchers, scientists deeply interested in understanding this unprecedented phenomenon. Global communication networks monitored the meeting. Intelligence agencies from multiple countries waited with bated breath, unsure of the potential outcomes. The quantum barrier continued its silent protection, subtly monitoring the diplomatic interaction. It remained prepared to defend Earth if necessary, but allowed the communication to proceed. As discussions continued, the alien representatives began to recognize humanity's potential. They were not dealing with a simple developing species, but something far more complex and unexpected. We will need to reassess our galactic classification of Earth, the lead ambassador finally stated. The words carried significant weight in interstellar diplomatic circles. Woo Jin Choi smiled slightly. Humanity had just been recognized as something more than a potential target. They were now a species to be studied, respected, and potentially understood. The meeting concluded with an unexpected outcome. Instead of conflict, there was mutual scientific curiosity. The Zorn Collective requested continued communication and research collaboration. Jaewon understood the significance of this moment. Humanity had not conquered the aliens through traditional warfare. They had impressed them through unexpected technological evolution. As the alien diplomatic ship prepared to depart, the quantum barrier remained active, a silent guardian watching over the planet. Earth had sent a clear message to the universe. We are here, we are different, and we are evolving. The diplomatic confrontation had ended, but humanity's journey was just beginning. 2 years after the first alien encounter, Earth had transformed. The quantum barrier had become a global phenomenon, studied and respected by scientific communities worldwide. Jaewon Park stood at the center of this new cosmic understanding. International research teams worked together to understand and control the mysterious protective mechanism. They discovered that the barrier was not just a defensive system, but a living, evolving technological consciousness. The Zorn Collective returned, this time as scientific partners rather than potential threats. Their advanced researchers worked alongside human scientists, trying to comprehend the unique planetary defense system that humanity had accidentally created. Satellite networks began to show strange patterns. Communication systems developed unprecedented capabilities. Computers could now solve complex problems that previously seemed impossible. The quantum barrier was expanding its influence. Hye-Jin Kim led a special international team dedicated to studying the barrier's origins. They traced its development through decades of human technological advancement, mapping how collective human knowledge had created something extraordinary. Global communication channels opened with multiple alien civilizations. Earth was no longer seen as a potential conquest but as a unique technological marvel. The planet had gained respect through its unexpected defensive capabilities. Sung-Ho Lee's research revealed that the quantum barrier was learning. It could now distinguish between different types of technological signatures with incredible precision. Alien reconnaissance missions were carefully analyzed and neutralized without destruction. We are witnessing the birth of a planetary intelligence, Jae-won explained during a global scientific conference. Our collective technological consciousness is creating something beyond our current understanding. Military strategists became increasingly fascinated. The barrier provided protection without traditional weapons. It was a shield powered by human innovation, creativity, and collective knowledge. Diplomatic missions from various alien civilizations began to arrive. They came not as conquerors, but as researchers, eager to understand this unprecedented planetary phenomenon. Earth had become a subject of galactic scientific interest. The quantum barrier continued to grow. It absorbed technological information, adapted, and evolved. Every human technological interaction contributed to its increasing complexity. Unexpected changes appeared in human technology. Electronic devices became more intuitive. Communication systems developed unprecedented capabilities. The barrier's influence spread beyond pure defense. International space agencies collaborated on extensive research projects. They sought to understand the full potential of the quantum barrier, mapping its growth and capabilities. Woo Jin Choi, now a leading diplomatic representative, negotiated careful scientific exchanges with alien civilizations. Earth maintained its independence while opening channels for technological and scientific collaboration. The barrier demonstrated an almost sentient ability to protect. It could neutralize potential threats without causing direct destruction. Alien technologies would simply cease to exist when approaching Earth's orbital zone. Global leaders recognized the significance of this development. Humanity had created a defensive system that operated beyond traditional understanding of physics and technology. Scientific breakthroughs became more frequent. The quantum barrier seemed to accelerate human technological development, providing insights and capabilities that were previously unimaginable. Jae-won understood they were on the edge of a new era. Humanity was no longer just a developing species. They had become something more, a collective technological consciousness capable of protecting itself. The first truly global communication network emerged. Countries set aside previous differences, united by the understanding of their collective technological potential. As years passed, Earth's reputation in the galactic community grew. The planet became known as a unique phenomenon, a living, evolving technological organism that defied traditional understanding. The quantum barrier continued its silent watch. It had transformed from a simple defensive mechanism to a complex, living system. Humanity had accidentally created something extraordinary. Jae-won looked out over Seoul, watching the city's technological networks pulse with an almost living energy. The universe had changed, and humanity was at the center of that change.